Let's take an example here of a company, and it's called Bright Union, and I'm talking to Cynthia. And Cynthia, what is Bright Union?
Hey, yes, Bright Union is a decentralized insurance aggregator. So in DeFi has gotten really popular the last years and it has grown exponentially. But also what happened is that the amounts of hacks and exploits increased tremendously. So even in 2021 alone, more than 10.5 billion got hacked. Because of exploits.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're aware of it, but the last month 3 big hacks happened.
Absolutely. I mean, but it's always happening. And now you say I can insure myself against the hack. Okay, so let's first talk about what kind of products can I insure myself to. What are a couple of the products?
I think the most popular one is just against hacks. Yes, that's it.
Of a particular coin?
Yeah, for instance, anything like Aave, Bancor, Anchor,
Yeah.
all of the DeFi protocols that you can think about. Yeah.
Yeah. And because, I mean, a lot of these coins I can stake and I get a ridiculous amount of money. I get 18% or something like that, or 20% or 15%. And oops, at a certain point, it turns out that I don't get my money back, let alone the principal. So, and then I can insure myself against that. So it's first I can insure myself against a particular coin if I staked into it.
Yes.
Can I also insure myself, for example, if I think that an exchange might not live the other day, for example, Binance?
Yes, exactly. So it's also against hacks of exchanges, but also yield tokens or against stablecoin depegging.
Stablecoin depegging means a dollar is not a dollar anymore, but it goes down to 60%.
Exactly.
What happens to USDM, for example, and then okay, so you can insure yourself against that. Okay, and what does your company in that market provide?
So what we see is that there are a lot of different risk providers out there, and they all have different terms, different prices, and it's quite uncomprehensive. So
Sure, there's a whole lot of the choice. There's a whole lot of choice, and you basically give an overview of choice. So if I want a certain product and a certain time and an insurance, I can basically find out of the companies who are providing that service.
Exactly, and insurance is not the most sexy thing. Nobody wants to deal with it, so we try to make it as easy and as comprehensible as possible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the independent of the insurances, or the 1inch.
For the Dutch people, independent know it. You can basically look at traditional insurance companies. Okay, but that's not the only thing you do, because I mean you have also your own coin.
Yes, for sure. So
Why is that coin there?
we're actually building something super interesting, and it's a totally new investment opportunity. It's the Bright Risk Index, and that is it allows anybody to replace the insurer in decentralized insurance. So that means that you can provide liquidity, and then in that moment you can become a risk underwriter. And today, doing this.
Can I be my own, or can I just invest in some risk providers?
Well, you can do it by yourself, but it means that you have to understand which one.
I'm me as a normal human being. I have a bunch of ether. I have a bunch of ether lying around, and I can invest in your fund.
Exactly.
And then basically back up a couple of insurance companies and provide liquidity for them.
Exactly. So normally this was not interesting, because if you do it now, it would be one-on-one, and if that one protocol would get hacked, you lose all your money. We diversify it over 100 different risk pools. So and then I think it's super interesting when it comes to a risk-reward ratio. Yeah. So you earn.
Okay, so I basically give you my money. You put it in 100 different risk pools, but in the end, you use it to back up a number of insurance companies, right? And you have to make sure that these insurance companies are reliable and that they're worth your money.
Exactly.
And that's also the role you play.
Yes. So.
Okay. And where do you use? And when do I buy your coin? What is the use of your coin which you have created? What's the name of the coin?
Do you mean the Bright Risk Index?
Yeah.
This one is not tradable yet, and we're still in beta mode, in beta status. But
Okay.
at some point it will be on the DEX.
Okay, so that whole thing about investing in these insurance companies, that's not possible yet?
It is possible today.
Oh, that is possible
But
today?
you cannot trade the token yet.
Okay. There's okay, and the token is only used internal.
No, we just have to put it live still. We still have to launch it.
Yeah.
So we are still in beta modus. People can earn 15 to 25% APY on a stablecoin investment, and later it will be tradable. We're working on it.
Okay, so I invest money into into this liquidity. I get paid with that. I get paid 25% of the value a year with that coin, and get that coin as a reward, but it's not tradable yet. But that's the promise that will be worth a lot of money.
Yes, we're just going to launch it for sure.
Okay. Yes. How many people in the company?
I think we have 8 people in the core team, and then some people around it. Majority is in Utrecht and Amsterdam. Yeah.
And who are the core people who started the company?
We have 2 co-founders. One of them is Kirill. He's our tech lead. He has been blockchain for a really long while. He's a techie for 20 years. And the other one is
Blockchain doesn't.
sorry, he's developing, but in blockchain for a couple of years. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then Michiel Slootweg. He is from the traditional insurance. We call him the.
So a techie and an insurance guy. They're basically working together. Okay. Show me the. Can you show me the first thing you give me as an overview of if I want to insure myself against all these terrible hacks which are happening and how much it costs. And for example, I want to see here, you have Binance here.
Yes.
And suppose I have Binance and I want to insure $1 million dollar in my investment pool. How much money do I have to pay?
So
here's one.
You can see right here that there are different products, and for
It's
instance,
2.6% is the per year. That's a yearly fee, right? For 365 days, yeah.
Yeah, so 2.6% of the insured amount.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying.
And the next one is 5%, and the next one is 5%, and the next one is 5%. So it costs me 5% to insure the amount. And how do I know that this company, which provides this, what's the name of this company? That's called.
Next Mutual.
Yeah, Nexus Mutual. That one is solvent. That if Binance falls over, that I get my money back.
Well, it's not falls over. It's if they're hacked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all the people who are hacked and who fill in their claim, they can get their money back. Yes.
Okay. And if Binance totally falls over?
I don't know. That is not included in this particular product. And also not if you lose your keys, for instance. Yes.
Okay. But you can also insure against that losing my keys or being my keys are being hacked?
Not at the moment. So, for instance, when it comes to scams, some of the risk providers they do, and some they don't yet. So we're still in the very beginning of this entire industry.
Yeah. Okay. So what is a popular product? Can you show me that?
Yes, for sure. I think one of the most popular one is Anchor. I think Anchor is incredibly popular because you can get 90% of 80% APY on stablecoins.
Yeah.
Let me check. This one. See, and with this one, you can see that.
There's no price.
Yeah, so the majority is always sold out because it's super popular. So the demand is bigger than
the supply.
The supply, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called app.brightunion.io.
Yes, and indeed.
Okay. And what's your role there?
Marketing lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you said hello and you tell me all about your company.
Well, no, we know each other from a blockchain innovation conference many years ago.
Many years ago, yeah, 2018 it was. Hey, and how do you market a product like this?
Trying to make it as sexy and simple as possible, comprehensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So the quality of the app, But how do you make people know about this?
Education.
And how do you do education?
I think it's 2 sides, right? So I think people, they really don't want to lose their money, and if they are aware of all of the risk out there, that's how it comes. And we see now more of a growing appetite in the institutional space. So the people who are responsible for somebody else's funds, they starting to realize like, hey, I have to mitigate the risks here. And for the smaller investments, this is coming a little bit later. But I think that the more the more logical thing is to promote first the Bright Risk Index, because there is something to earn there, and it also makes insurance a very more interesting subject. So that way they can come in the industry.
Now the product is now hacking of particular exchanges and stable coins, etc. Is there also coming products that I know that this whole coin is suspect, and that if I get 18% and the whole coin will disappear, will there be insurance products for that?
Right now only for scams, so but not what you're seeing right now, no. So,
Okay.
what we are looking into is for sure to bridge to the traditional insurance world. We are actually talking a lot about, for instance, metaverse insurance. So there are crazy games right now where people are playing games and they lose a certain sword or whatever, and they are actually buying insurance for that today. There is even a game where you can, do some yield farming, and they're growing crops, but there are storms there or floods, so they're afraid to lose their crops. So people are buying insurance today to keep the crops. So there is actually
You're looking into that.
there's a huge potential there.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
very much, Cynthia. Enjoy the conference.